Once again, thank you to LLdansa and thank you to all of you for joining us this evening. I'm Margaret Ioannidis, the Program Director for University of Dayton School of Law's online LLM program. We hope that by the end of today's webinar, you have a very good understanding of our online LLM program. As Jen and Jeffrey have mentioned, our next semester begins in the summer term, beginning on May 10th. So we are actively recruiting for the summer program. Ali, if you can advance the slide. A little bit about my background. I'm actually a practicing attorney in the United States. I graduated from Georgetown University, earning my law degree and my master's degree from Georgetown School of Foreign Service. I practiced immigration law for years and moved into legal education in 2010. Since 2014, I have been working in the space of LLM programs with a focus on online LLM programs. And I joined University of Dayton in 2018 with the goal of launching a fully online LLM program. We did so starting in 2019, and we're delighted to have about 55 students in the program right now, including many from Korea. So we can move to the next slide and one more. So before we focus on Dayton Law's online LLM program, I just wanted to give a little bit of background of what is an LLM exactly. And so an LLM is a Master of Laws degree. This is a postgraduate law degree. And in order to be admitted into the program, we do require that students have their law degree. As you'll see in the upcoming slides, for those of you who earned your education in Korea, and I believe that's everyone participating in today's webinar, we are looking for students who have an LLB degree or a JD degree. If you don't have either of those degrees, but perhaps have a law license, we'd be happy to visit with you offline to see if you might be eligible for a waiver of that requirement. But generally, students with an LLB or a JD degree from Korea would be eligible for our program. LLM degrees are typically in specialized fields of study. So as you do your research, you might see LLM degrees in tax law, in international law, business law, different fields. Our LLM is in American and transnational law with a focus on US law and legal practice for those students pursuing the online curriculum. We can move to the next slide. So as we mentioned, the primary audience for our program are foreign educated law school graduates. Although we do require the LLB or the JD degree, we do not require that applicants be licensed to practice in their home country. Our curriculum is focused on US law and legal practice. There are 12 courses in the curriculum, and the program can be completed within 3 years. We offer courses throughout the year, 3 semesters per year. The next semester begins in May and the one after that in August. This gives a course by course demonstration of what is in our curriculum. There are 12 courses. All of the students who start the program have to complete the Introduction to US Law course in the first semester. So if any of you are thinking of joining, this would be the first course in your curriculum. The remaining courses students can select over the course of their studies. Students can finish the program within 1 year, which is 3 semesters, or can take up to 3 years to complete the program. You can take 1 course or up to 4 courses per semester. We can move to the next slide. So in addition to the courses that you complete, we wanted to incorporate some additional highlights from the program. So within the tuition that you pay for your courses, you also access free reading materials. You do not need to buy any textbooks. All the materials are available within each of the online courses. In addition, students are able to receive free career counseling services. This is through University of Dayton's Career Services Office. So if you need help in, how do you draft a resume for the US job market? How do you draft a cover letter? How can you look for jobs in the US market? All of this can be provided through our career counseling service, career counseling office and the services they provide. We also recognize that for some students, they really want to go beyond what is even offered in each of our online courses. And so we do provide supplemental online resources that include study guides, course outlines, extra multiple choice questions and extra essay questions, even supplemental lectures. So for those of you who are interested in going even more in depth in each of the topics that are covered in the courses, or those of you who are planning potentially to take the bar exam in the United States, you do have access to these supplemental resources for free. And then last but not least, for those of you who are interested in doing more legal research, you also have access to University of Dayton School of Law's online library resources. In addition, starting with the first semester, students get access to Bloomberg Law, which is a leading legal research database. And once students take the legal research and writing course, this is in the second or third semester of the program, they also get access to Lexis and Westlaw. We can move to the next slide. So you might be wondering, what are the benefits of completing the online LLM program? We talked about, receiving an LLM degree, which is a graduate degree in law. University of Dayton is a law school that is accredited by the American Bar Association and has a long history in the US. And so you're able to get that credibility as well. But beyond that, you also get a comparative perspective on legal issues. So having received your education in Korea, you have a very strong foundation in Korean law and in civil law. But this program will give you the opportunity to expand your understanding and knowledge of common law and specifically US law and legal practice. In addition, for any of you who are considering taking the bar exam in the United States, this program does provide a foundation in the bar tested subjects. 10 of the 12 courses in our curriculum are on bar tested subjects. The remaining 2 courses, Introduction to US Law, Legal Analysis and Writing, provide you with skills in law practice. Now, I do want to give a little bit of clarification for those of you who are considering taking the bar exam in the United States. There is not one federal bar in the United States. Instead, bar admission is determined on a state-by-state basis. Each state establishes what their requirements are for admission to practice law in their state. Among their requirements, there is a legal education requirement. And so this is very important. For those of you who hold only an LLB degree and you do not have a Juris Doctor, or you do not have that supplemental JRTI diploma, you will not be eligible to take the bar exam as we discuss it today. You will not be eligible to supplement your study with this online LLM and then qualify for the bar exam. Specifically in California and Washington, which are the 2 states where our students primarily take the bar exam because our curriculum aligns with the requirements for those 2 states, they require that students have a first degree in law that entitles them to be able to practice law in country. And so we just want to give that clarification. Having said that, if you hold only the LLB, but you are interested in getting an understanding of US law and legal practice, getting that comparative perspective, getting a graduate degree in law from an ABA accredited US law school, then this program would be a great fit for you. So we can move on to the next slide. In addition, our program and our professors offer a wonderful opportunity for mentorship for those of you, again, seeking to explore different practice areas in the United States or different scholarship areas. The professors in our program come from a variety of backgrounds. And so we have about 2 or 3 who focus on legal education, full-time professors doing research and scholarship in their areas of expertise. We also have a judge who teaches in the program. We also have practicing attorneys that teach in the program on an adjunct basis. So whether you have an interest in being an academic, in going into the judiciary, or going into law practice, you will find a professor that can mentor you and guide you and be able to go beyond what is simply covered in each of the courses. Our program is offered on an asynchronous basis, so it is 100% online. We can go back one slide, Ali. Thank you. The program is offered 100% online in an asynchronous format, and that means you're able to access your lectures and the course materials any day and any time of the week, whatever works best for you. But we also recognize the importance of the entire class coming together in a platform like this in Zoom and being able to ask questions to the professor and interact with each other as well. So in each of the courses, at least 3 times per semester, the professors will have a live session. It is optional for students to attend. They are recorded for anybody who cannot participate live, but you do have that opportunity for live interaction with your professor and with your classmates. In addition, the professors are available for weekly office hours too. So now we can move to the next slide. Once again, I would like to reinforce that University of Dayton School of Law is accredited by the American Bar Association. That is the accrediting body in the United States for law schools. And then, as we've discussed, there are about 50 plus 55 students in the program right now worldwide. In addition to that, University of Dayton School of Law is an established university in the United States, offering all types of degrees. Ali actually has graduated from University of Dayton with his MBA from there and can speak more about the university and all the different programs. So I bring this up because by joining the online LLM program, not only are you joining University of Dayton's law school, you're joining the entire University of Dayton community, including the entire alumni network as well. Now we can advance to the next slide. And so whether you have your LLB or whether you have your JD degree from Korea, by completing this LLM program, you open yourself up to additional opportunities, whether they're within companies or within law firms. Again, if you have your JD degree, you have that potential to be able to take that bar exam in the United States. If you don't, by having these additional courses, you might be able to expand opportunities in contracting, in compliance, in IP, in other areas as well, where having that background in US law and even the connections that you're going to build within the program could really help you. We can move on to the next slide. And so I think with this slide, I'm going to turn things over to Ali Erhun to discuss the application process. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to use the chat feature. At the end of the webinar, we'll be able to answer any questions that have come up. Thank you again for the opportunity.
Thank you, Margaret, for the introduction. Hello, everyone again. Now that you know about our program, you might be wondering, how can I apply for this great program? So I'm going to introduce a step-by-step application process. We have a very streamlined application process for our program. First of all, you will need to submit your application, of course. You can submit applications through LSAC website, or you also have the option to submit your application by filling out our application form. And you can just scan and email it to us. Second, you need to do your course-by-course credential evaluation for your first degree in law transcripts. For this step, we use evaluation company called Spentran. You can submit all of your required documents online, and they can do evaluation, and they will send evaluation documents directly to us. Then you will be done with this step. Next, we will require TOEFL score of 80 and IELTS score of 6.5 for all international students for English proficiency requirements. If you haven't taken these 2 English tests, we can also consider interviewing students for the English proficiency requirement. And if you would like to understand more about that, you can email us, contact us, and we can provide more information about that. And we will also require a personal statement. This usually is about 1 to 2 pages. It includes like why you would like to pursue our program, what is your career goals after graduating from this program, points like that. And we also require government issued photo ID. For this one, you can submit your copy of passport if you have one, so that we can understand English on the document. And you will also need to submit your updated CV. This is for us to understand your educational background, professional background. This usually can be 1 to 2 pages. And we also need 2 recommendation letters, preferably one from your professor and one from your professional background. And another exciting part, we also offer scholarships for students who are in need. We wanted to make this program affordable for students, so we also have scholarships for applicants to provide. But on the application, you will need to select the scholarship option so that we can consider you for the scholarship. If you would like to apply for the scholarship, you will also need to provide a scholarship statement, your professional background, educational background, and the reasons why you will need the scholarship. Then we will evaluate all the documents, and we will determine how much scholarship you will get. And another thing I would like to mention that if you are already in the non-degree program from University of Dayton School of Law, you will be eligible for a special scholarship from us, and you will also get 10 credits of advanced standing for the online LLM program. As Margaret mentioned, our program is 30 credits, but you are already taking the non-degree program. You can get up to 10 credits of this advanced standing so that you can graduate from this program with up to 20 credits. There will be another webinar just focused on the non-degree program on March 27th. Our Dean, Jeffrey Schmidt, will be talking about the non-degree program at the same time, 9 p.m. on March 27th. I think ILDANSA will provide detailed information about the webinar later. And we also need attorney registration card if you have one. This is not required, but you already have an attorney registration card from Korea. That will be an adding point for your application. And we have a step-by-step instruction online, and we will provide this link to you later after the webinar so that if you are interested, you can see the step-by-step in details on our website. Our application review and deadlines, we usually review applications within 1 to 2 weeks. Usually the evaluation, credential evaluation takes some time. Once we receive that, we can process the application very quick, usually 1 to 2 weeks. And the deadline for application is usually 1 month prior to the start of the semester. So next semester starts on May 10th. So the application deadline would be April 10. If you'd like to start in May, we recommend you to submit your application as soon as you can so that we will have some time to process your application, and you will also have some time to prepare for your semester. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us, Margaret or myself, by email, or you can also call us if you would like to speak to us, or we can also schedule a Zoom meeting if you would like to meet us online. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us or ILDANSA if you have any questions. I think that's all for me.